Now we will see the examples on the lag and the lead compensator. The first example, consider the position control system. Consider the position control system as shown in figure. The figure is like this one. This is our plus minus, and here we have the system, that is 10 divided by s into s plus 1, and the feedback is the unity feedback. This is C of s and this is our R of s. Design suitable compensator. Design suitable compensator for desired parameters. Desired parameters. Neta it is equals to 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3 radians per second. 3 radians per second. Neta it is equals to 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3 radians per second. This is the system is given, and we have to design the compensator in such a way that compensated system will have neta, that is the damping ratio is 0.5, and undamped natural frequency becomes 3 radians per second. So now see here, in this one it has been asked to design the suitable compensator. That means we have to decide the which compensator is suitable, whether it is the lag compensator or the lead compensator or lag lead compensators, which compensator is suitable for this one. Now see here, in this one the parameters are given, desired parameters, that means compensated system must have 0.5 damping factor and omega n it is equals to 3. That means we are modifying our transient response. When we modify our transient response, that means the lead compensators is suitable for the system. So solution, in this solutions we requires, that means here we will design the lead compensator will be suitable to get desired parameters. Now here, that means we have to design the lead compensator for this system. Now see here, first we will consider the uncompensated system. In the uncompensated system, we have the pole at P1 it is equals to 0, S it is equals to 0, and P2 it is equals to minus 1. So this value we have. P1 it is equals to 0 and P2 it is equals to minus 1. So these two poles are there. And the K value is given. K it is equals to 10. So these values are given. Now from this closed loop system, C of s divided by R of s it is equals to G of s divided by 1 plus gs into hs. This is our transfer function. Here it is negative, so here we have the positive. So this becomes 10 divided by, this is s into s, that is s square plus s plus 10. This we have. So that means the transfer function of the system of this closed loop system becomes 10 divided by s square plus s plus 10. So these transfer functions that we know. See, these transfer functions we know. Now s square plus s plus 10, it is equals to 0 because it is our characteristics equation. And this characteristics equation that we know, that is s square plus twice neta omega ns plus omega n square, it is equals to 0. S square plus twice neta omega ns plus omega n square, it is equals to 0. That means omega n square, it is equals to 10. If we equate these two equation, equating the equation omega n square, it is equals to 10. So omega n square, it is equals to 10. Omega n, it is equals to under root of 10, it is equals to 3.16. This we know. And here twice neta omega n, it is equals to 1 because the coefficient of this s is 1. So twice neta omega n, it is equals to 1. This we know. Now we have calculated the omega n, we can calculate the neta. It is equals to 1 divided by 2 omega n. 2 omega n, it is equals to 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 3.16. So neta becomes 0.158. So this value we know. So this is our neta value, and this is our omega n value. So these two value that we have calculated. Now we know the neta. Neta, it is equals to 0.158. So cos phi, it is equals to neta. So phi, it is equals to cos inverse into neta. This we know. These equations we know. So phi, it is equals to cos of inverse 0.158. It is equals to it is coming 80.90. That means near about 81 degree. So phi, it is equals to 80 or the 81. Phi, it is equals to 80 or 81. Now we will draw the root locus for the uncompensated system. Now see here, in the uncompensated system we have the two poles. That means our centroid and the breakaway points will remain same. Now number of asymptotes will be 2 because the two poles are there. So two asymptotes are there. Angle of asymptotes theta 1, it is equals to this becomes 2 into 0 plus 1 multiplied by 180 divided by, how many poles are there? 2 poles, no zeros are there. So here is 2. So this becomes 90 degree. And theta 2, it is equals to, here it is 2 into 1 plus 1 multiplied by 180 divided by 2. So this becomes 270 degree. So the angle of asymptotes that we know, that is 90 degree and 70 degree. Now we will find out the centroid. It is equals to the real part of this one, that is 0 minus 1 divided by number of poles are 2. No zeros are there, so it becomes minus 1 divided by 2, that becomes 0.5. So breakaway point it is equals to 0.5. It is equals to 0.5. So breakaway point and the centroids both are same, that is 0.5 because we have only two poles are there. Now angle of the asymptotes are 90 and 270 and the breakaway point is 0.5. Now see here, if we draw the graph, the root locus, if we draw the root locus, then we have the root locus is like this. One pole is at origin, and second pole is at -1. So here we will draw the one pole is here and another pole is at -1 and another pole is at -1. Let's say this is 0.5 minus 0.5. So this pole will move in this direction, this pole will move in this direction, and these two poles will meet here. One pole will move in the upward directions and another pole will move in the downward direction. So this is my root locus. This is 0.5. This is 0.5 and we have the root locus like this one. So we have the root locus like this. Now see there, we have calculated the angle phi. It is coming 81 degree. So from the origin, draw a line at an angle of 81 degree. So if we draw the line at an angle of 81 degree, let's say this angle is 81. So here we have the point. Now this point here, the x value is 0.5 and this value it is coming 0.987. So we know this point is S. So the coordinate of the point S, it is equals to x-axis value is minus 0.5 plus j, y value becomes 0.987. So this is my S value, and which is on the root locus. And for this root locus, my neta is how much? 0.158 and omega n is how much? 3.16 and omega n is how much? 3.16. Now see here, what is my desired parameters? Neta must be 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3. So that means I have to change these two values, neta as well as omega. So definitely my root locus will change. Because here neta it is equals to, in this case neta it is equals to 0.158 and omega n it is equals to 3.16 radians per second for this root locus, which is the root locus of uncompensated system. Okay, and for the compensated system we require neta it is equals to 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3. So for these parameters we have to design the compensator. And that compensator becomes our lead compensator. So now see here, this is our uncompensated system. Now we will see the compensated system. For the compensated system, here we have the compensator. That is S plus ZC, K multiplied by S plus ZC, S plus PC. This is our compensator, multiplied by this our system, that is 10 divided by S into S plus 1, this one, and here we have the feedback, that is unity feedback, that is unity feedback. So here we have to find out the value of ZC, value of PC and K. Find values of K, ZC and PC, that is the compensated zero, compensated pole and the gain of our compensator So we have to find out these three values. Given desired parameters, neta it is equals to 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3 radians per second. This we know, that is 0.5 and omega n it is equals to 3 radians per second. This value we know. Now from this one's desired pole location, that is SD, it is equals to omega d n minus omega nd plus j omega nd under root of 1 minus neta d square. So we can say that this is d and this is d, neta d and omega nd. What is our desired value? That is 0.5 and 3. So now we will put this value in the desired location. So SD becomes, so that is desired location of the poles becomes minus neta d omega nd. Neta is 0.5 and this is 3. So this is 0.5 multiplied by 3 plus j, this is omega n under root of 1 minus neta d square. Omega n means 3 divided under root of 1 minus neta d, that is 0.5 square. So suppose if we calculate this one, then it comes 0.5 multiplied by 3, that is 1.5 plus j, and here it is coming 1 minute. I have calculated this one. And it is coming 2.598. Here this value we have. Now we know cos phi it is equals to omega d and neta d. So phi it is equals to cos inverse neta d, it is equals to cos of neta is how much? 0.5. This is 0.5. So phi it is equals to cos 0.5, that is nothing but 60. I think it is 16. This is 60. So phi we know, that is 60. So this value we know. So now see there. So this value we know. Now again we will plot the graph here. One thing. Okay, so this is my where is my pole first? Yes, it is equals to 0. So here is my pole. Second pole is at s minus 1. So this becomes s minus 1. S it is equals to minus 1. So here is the minus 1. This ZC and PC is unknown. Now see here, what is the location of the point? Minus 1.5 and j 2.598. So this is 1. So this becomes 0.5. Let's say this is minus 0.5 and let's say this is 1, this is 2, and somewhere here let's say it is 2.59. Let's say this is 1, this is 2, so this becomes here. So somewhere here, this is my SD location. Now see here, this SD, this SD, here it is 1.5 and this is J 2.598, 2.598. So I have marked first my point SD. I have marked my first point SD. Now what I will do, I will connect this one SD to the origin, not to the pole. I am connecting this to the origin. This is always there. If the pole is not there, still that we have to connect to the origin. Still that we have to connect to the origin. Now this SD point is connected to the origin, and here we have also one pole at the origin. We have also one pole at the origin, and then what we will do? We will draw a line parallel to the x-axis from the point SD. From the point SD. See, remember this one. Connect this point SD to the origin and draw a line parallel to the x-axis left side of the SD. है ना? Connect SD to the origin. Draw line parallel to x-axis from SD point to its left side. To its left side. So we are connecting this SD to the origin and we are drawing this line point here. Okay. So now here it will form one angle. Here it will form one angle. This angle. Okay. Now we have to find out the bisect of this angle. Bisect of this angle. Now see here one thing. This you have to draw with the scale. This you have to draw with the scale, or you can draw it on the graph papers also. Then and then only you will get the correct angle between these two. Whatever the angle is there, let's say suppose it is 120. So bisect angles. Suppose if we bisect that angle, then it becomes 60. So from these points, draw a line which is bisecting the angle. Here draw a line bisect the angle of SD. Whatever the angle is here to the point SD. So from the point of the SD, we have to draw a one line which is bisecting the angle which is from this line and this line. The line parallel to the x-axis and the line which are connected to the origin. So between these two lines, whatever the angle is there, we have to divide it into half, and we have to connect that line and extend it up to the x-axis. Now after this one, here we will find out the position or the value of the ZC and PC. Then we will find out the value of the ZC and PC. To find out the value of the ZC and PC, we have to draw this one. This is for the lead compensator. In the lead compensator, first to find out the point of the SD. How we can find out the point of the SD? From desired parameters. Whatever the desired parameters is there, that is neta and omega. That value you have to put it in the equation. In this equation, you will get the point of the SD. That point of SD you have to mark here. And you connect that one to the origin. And draw a line parallel to the x-axis. Whatever the angles we get between these two lines, you have to bisect it and connect it, that line, and extend up to the x-axis. So after doing this one, find out the angle of what we say that angle, it is the angle of deficiency. So angle of find angle of deficiency. Angle of deficiency. Now see here, in this one we have the two poles, one is 0 and one is at -1. One is 0 and one is at -1. See here, if suppose see here, from this one, suppose if we draw a line, vertical line, so what happens here, this meets here na. Okay, so what is this y distance, that is equals to 2.58. And if we, okay na, this line, one line, okay, and if we join this one, so from this point 0 to this one, this is 1.5, it comes here, now see here, what is this distance, that is 2.598. and if we join this one, what is this value here, from this to this one, that is 1.5. so 1.5, 0 and this SD, it forms a one right angle triangle. So from origin to -1.5, what is the distance, that is -1.5. and what is the distance here, that is 2.598. So now here we will write down the angle of deficiency. The angle of deficiency, it is denoted by phi. Phi, it is equals to minus tan inverse. Okay, what is the this value, that is 2.598. this value vertical. What is the coordinates of these points on the y-axis, that is 2.598. this and this, it forms a one right angle triangle. So vertical y-axis value, that becomes 2.598. so we can write down here 2.598 divided by -1.5, because here -1.5 to 0, so value becomes -1.5. so this is the one value. Then this becomes minus tan inverse, this value we have to find out, -1. From 1 to 1.5, what is the distance there, 0.5. And if we join this point here, so again -1, 1.5 and SD, it forms a one right angle triangle. So what is this distance, that is 1.5 minus 1, that is 0.5. and what is this distance, it is equals to 2.598. so if we take the tan of this one, then this becomes 2.598 divided by -0.5, because 1.5 minus 1, that becomes -0.5. So this value we get. Now see there, I have calculated this value. It is coming how much? Okay, it is equals to, it must be equals to -180. So this phi, it is equals to -180, and if we transfer this side, then it becomes -138. so this becomes 8, 1 and 3, -318. Phi, it is equals to -318. so this we can write, it is equals to 42. so we can write down it is equals to 40, because -318 plus 360, so this becomes 42. so that means the angle of the deficiency is 42. Now find out the 5 by 2. It is equals to 42 by 2, that means it is equals to 22 degree. Now see here, this is our angle of the bisector. This is our bisector line, which bisects the angle. Now from this point, from here to here, draw a line here from this one at an angle of this one. The angle is 5 by 2, and from these points to these points also we have to draw the line whose angle is again 5 by 2. That means the angle from this line to this line, it is 42. This line to this line, it is 42. From the bisect line, here we have to draw the line at an angle of 22 degree, and with respect to these lines we have to draw the line at 22 degree, and that we have to extend up to the x-axis. Now if we extend this up to the x-axis, then we have this value becomes 0, and this value is your pole. This is your ZC and this is your PC. Okay, now see here. First you have to draw the point SD on the graph. Then this SD you have to connect to the origin, and this SD we have to draw a line parallel to the x-axis. Whatever the angle is there, that you have to bisect. Okay, after doing this ones, you find out the phi, that is the angle of the deficiency. How we can find out the angle of the deficiency? How many poles are there? 2 poles are there, so we will have the 2 equations are there. One is minus tan inverse 2.598 divided by 1 minus 1.5, and minus tan inverse 2.598 divided by minus 0.5. This I have explained you how to find out this one. It is equals to minus 180 minus 138, that becomes minus 318. So that is nothing but 42. So 5 by 2, it is equals to 42 by 2, that is 22 degree. So with respect to the bisect angle line, we have to draw to the right and to the left, both side 22 degree line. So this line is at 22 degree from this line, and you have to extend it up to the x-axis. So this line is at an angle of 22 degree with respect to this line, and you have to extend this line up to the x-axis. So this becomes your PC. So this line becomes your PC. Now this point is PC, this point is ZC. So by calculating this one, ZC is coming equals to 1.94, and PC it is equals to 4. I think it is coming 4.64. Correct. 4.64. So ZC is known, PC is known. Our compensator equation is K multiplied by S plus ZC divided by S plus PC. So here we have K multiplied by S plus 1.94 divided by S plus 4.64. This we have. Now only the unknown is K. See here, ZC is known, PC is known, only K is unknown. Now we have to find out the K. Now see here, for this one again we have the equation, that is the first we will draw the diagram. Here is the plus, here is the minus, then here it is K multiplied by S plus 1.94 divided by S plus 4.64. Complete it, and then this becomes 10 divided by S into S plus 1 and join these two lines. So this is your C of S and this is your R of S. These two are in the cascaded form. So these two, that means compensator and the systems are connected into the cascaded form. So suppose if we write down the transfer function of this one, this becomes K multiplied by S plus 1.94, that is 10K. This 10 into K multiplied by this one divided by this into this, that is S into S plus 1, and this is S plus 4.64 plus what is this one, 10K multiplied by S plus 1.94. So this is our transfer function. transfer function. So the denominator equations is the characteristics equation. Denominator equation is characteristics equation. It is s into s plus 1 s plus 4.64, s into s plus 1 and s plus 4.64 plus this is 10k into s plus 1.94, 10k into s plus 1.94, it is equals to 0, it is equals to 0, it is equals to 0. Now we can transfer this to the right side, so we can have the value of the k, it is equals to k, it is equals to minus in bracket s into s plus 1 s plus 4.64 bracket complete divided by k is here, and then we can divide it by 10 multiplied by s plus 1.94, s plus 1.94. so this is the value of the k, this is my equation for the k. Now here I will put the value of the s. Value of the s, what is the value of the s? That is our desired pole location, that is 1.5 plus j 2.598. Put s, it is equals to sd, it is equals to minus 1.5 plus j 2.598 into the equation. After putting this value k here, it is equals to, here it is equals to, this is minus now, so we will take the absolute of this one, that is minus 1.5 plus j 2.598 in bracket minus 1.5 plus j 2.598 plus 1, this is 1, so this plus 1, so this becomes again minus 1.5 plus j 2.598 plus this is 4.64 divided by this is 10, s is minus 1.5 plus j 2.598 and this is plus 1.94. So if we calculate this value, these are the rectangular forms, convert it into the polar, only the magnitude. So this becomes k, it is equals to the magnitude of this one, I think I have calculated this one. Let me check once again. So it is coming 2.12, then it is 2.64 for this one. Second one is 2.64 multiplied by the third one is 4.07 divided by 26.34 for this one, 26.34. So it is equals to 22.77 divided by 26.34. So the k, it is equals to point, how much it is, 864. K becomes 0.864. So this value we have. That value you have to put it here, and then we will get the complete. And if we draw the root locus of this one, now see here, root locus for this one, here one pole is at 0, so first pole is at here at the origin, then second pole is at -1, so let's say it is at -1, third pole is at 4.64, -4.64, let's say it is here -4.64, and here the 0 is at -1.94, this is 1, so let's say it is -1.94. Now see here, this pole will move towards this 0, this pole will move towards this 0, and in between them there is a root locus. There is a root locus, and this root locus will be now like this one, will be now like this one. See here, in the first case it is a straight line parallel to the y-axis. Now it is in the like this shape, it is in this like this shape. The shape is changed and it is shifted like this one, shifted like this one. So this is our root locus. So this is our root locus of the compensated system, and this is the equation, that is z it is equals to 1.94 and pc it is equals to 4.64 and this k it is equals to 8.864. So this way we can design the lead compensator for a given desired parameters for given system,